Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Spotlight 814, Erie's local theater podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Dolly, and I am in the studio with my co-host, Brenna Thumler.
Hi, the name is back.
Brenna Thumler. Brenna Thumler. How's it going, Brenna?
It's going great. This is the final weekend for producers, and this is the fourth weekend, so it's been a long run.
Yes, it has. I'm also in here in the band. I'm in the band.
You are now
one of the honorary boys in the band.
I'm in the band with the boys in the band.
I'm just a groupie.
I got Zach Hoffman here. What's up, man?
Hi.
And we have Howard Lang.
Excited to be here.
Awesome. Can't wait for this episode. This is gonna be fun. Boys in the Band playing at PACA right now. Written by Mart Crowley and premiered at Off-Broadway's Playwrights Unit in New York City, April 14th, 1968.
Wasn't even a thought back then.
No,
I know.
No.
Me neither. Surprisingly. So, Zach, you played Emery.
Yes.
And Howard, you are Larry.
Mm-hmm, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you guys talk about the characters and stuff like that and the show. But this was one of the first plays to center around openly gay characters and explore their lives with honesty and complexity pre-Stonewall riots. So we'll talk about the Stonewall riots in a little bit.
And one of my it's part of my fun facts for
Is
today.
it?
But it's like the year before the Stonewall riots started.
Yeah.
So people say that this definitely was a contributor to that.
Yes.
In at least a small way.
Yeah. And at the time of its debut, it was considered radical for portraying men as real people with vulnerabilities and friendships and sharp wit, not caricatures. So
Sharp wit. Why I never.
it's from you usually.
Guilty as charged.
So go ahead and tell us about your characters and about, all the good stuff. Like, talk about the show, director, all that stuff.
Sure. Do you want to take a stab at this first, Zach?
I can take a stab at anything.
Very in character already.
He's real stabby.
Well, actually, no, that's
Mary,
more.
don't ask. There it is.
Real stabby this morning.
I play Emery. He is described in the script as a butterfly in heat. Emery is your stereotypical gay.
Gay.
Yes.
Ooh, that dress looks scandalous.
That's still stuck in your head.
It is now.
It's going to get stuck in mine today. Ooh, this show's going to be interesting. Have fun, Howard.
Zach Hoffman is gay.
Ooh, that's a shocker to the world.
Gay.
We just watched Y2K, and that song played twice.
Yeah.
Oh, you're done.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
All right. Go ahead.
Emery is your quintessential gay, kind of the stereotype of the show. The very flighty, all the cliche 1970s catchphrases that I knew none of going into this process, but I know them now.
Yeah.
But
And he's the only character that's like that
yes,
in the show. He's the
Yes.
only stereotypical
yes.
gay man, which is interesting.
It is. It's an interesting cross to bear of having to be like, oh, I have to be that guy, but then you need that guy.
Yeah.
He has to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With this other set of characters, without Emery there, this party would be so awful.
It's an awful party, no matter what.
It would be the opening conversation in the middle of the first act for
Oh.
like 2 hours.
Yeah. Ugh.
So tell us about the plot a little bit. Let's go into that.
My elevator pitch to anybody who I tell this to is there is one man who's throwing a birthday party for his friend, and all of his other friends that are all homosexuals have this party, and they all are having a great time. And then all of a sudden, a straight man enters the party, and how that kind of shakes things up and challenges them all in a lot of fun ways. Some fun, some not so fun, but challenges them in a lot of ways.
Mostly not fun.
I guess I said fun, and it's like, no, it really isn't fun.
Yeah. Act 1 is fun. Act 2 is not fun.
No.
It's
what do you mean? It's
but
a great time.
It's intense.
Yeah.
It's intense. Larry. Who's Larry?
Yeah. So if Emery is sort of the stereotypical, like, glue person that sort of keeps all these other people in check.
Glitter glue.
And keeps the...
yeah.
Oh, that's cute. That's
Yeah.
fun. Larry is... he's one of the younger people of the friend group, and he's sort of the guy, the stereotypical friend in the group that sort of sleeps around and has sort of
promiscuous.
made their way through the whole friend group over time. He's currently in a relationship with an older man named Hank, who's played by the fantastic Matt Fuchs.
Oh my
Love
God.
He is wonderful.
Love Matt.
So I'm basically just there to be petty and
You're the
mean.
glue stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're Elmer.
basically. And I constantly get under Hank's skin throughout the course of the show, and I basically tease everyone throughout and find my little moment to share with everyone, including like Donald, who's Michael's the main character who's hosting the party.
Yeah.
Main character, I say in quotes, because it's an ensemble show.
Yeah.
But he's the one who's hosting the party, and his current partner, Donald, Larry and Donald may or may not have had an encounter in the past, so that's sort of explored. And then Zach and I has sort of developed maybe there was something between Larry and Emery in the past. We've had a lot of those conversations throughout the process to sort of find our characters and make sure when we all do have our moment, since everyone in the cast has a chance to have their moment, that all of the relationships and all the intricacies within that friend group get the chance to naturally be shown on stage without really too much spelling it out. I think everyone really plays those elements together really well.
Yeah, it's a cast that is so... I was actually just saying to somebody this morning, it's a cast that feels so comfortable with each other that we're all able to really explore and kind of let our natural friendships kind of bleed into these characters, and it actually works quite nicely.
It's a wonderful show. I really, really enjoyed it. I had no idea what it was coming into it, and I love going into shows like that, and I was blown away. The acting, the direction, it was all fantastic. So I applaud everybody in the cast. Tell us a little bit more about the cast.
Okay. Yeah, so we alluded to Matt Fuchs playing Hank.
Yeah.
And then the two characters who sort of start off the show, Michael and Donald, are played by Patrick Vahey and Zach Moda. They are both fantastic.
Yes.
Patrick especially has really grown a lot into this role.
He has so many lines.
Yeah. And they're not easy too.
No.
There's something about that particular like character and how in the pop culture he's rooted.
Yeah.
That it's like you would need to be on Google figuring out what half the stuff he's saying means.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure you were too, because I know joking with you throughout the process about how Emery's like the pop culture queen and how that's not you at all.
No.
Yeah.
No. Wow, shots fired, Howard. Oh my God.
And then, do you want to talk about some of the other people in the cast?
Yeah. So then we have Matt Fuchs, we kind of already alluded to him, who plays Hank. But Matt is just absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
He brings this just such a caring energy to his character, and there's a part in the show where he really takes the focus, and it really calms the stage down just to listen to him speak and how he kind of interacts with everyone.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
The one thing I love about the show is that like everybody gets their moment.
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And so there's also AJ Holman.
Yes.
Oh my God, AJ.
He is fantastic.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant. He has really really come a long way through this process into the sassy, lovable, as I call him, the sassy African queen.
Yes.
It's in
Emery,
the script, but it's
Emery
also
is
just
very racist.
Yeah.
It's in the script, but AJ now wears it as a badge of honor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Emery is very racist, and he comes to terms with that in the show.
Well, the dynamic between AJ's character's name is Bernard.
Mm-hmm.
So the dynamic between Bernard and Emery, I think, is one of the strongest ones in the
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
Because it starts off at such a place where you know that they have this comfort level with each other, but it's not exactly like a comfort level that would look healthy on a first glance.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, there's something interesting going on here. And then in the second act, AJ has his big moment.
right.
And he sort of gets into why he allows Emery to treat him the way he does and that dynamic that they have.
Mm.
And that monologue gets better every single time he
Yeah.
does it. He's fantastic.
It's just so good.
Yeah,
I didn't know this was like his first sort of dramatic role in
Yeah.
a show. You would never know that.
Yeah, I know.
He's fantastic.
yeah.
It's so easy to act opposite of him, and I feel so bad. He
Yeah.
makes me feel so guilty.
Yeah. Yeah, and then for everyone else in the cast to sort of round it up, we have Brendan Vogt, who plays Alan, who, as Zach said in sort of his summary earlier, is the straight man who sort of mucks everything up by showing up. The only character he knows in the show is Michael. They went to school together, and the second act sort of divulges more of the conflict with their particular relationship
Yeah.
and how messy that all is.
Yeah.
He's done a phenomenal job
Yeah.
getting into that mindset because he needs to be sort of the antagonist in a sense
Yeah.
to get that energy in the second act, like in that angst
Mhm.
for where we're all like, we don't know what's going to happen. So
And
he's very, very good at that.
He does such a nice job towing the line as an openly gay man himself. He is not he's not playing that in
No.
this show at all.
No, he does a great job.
And
Yeah.
it's beautiful. He does so well without being too harsh, but also without being too soft. He's found that middle line so nicely.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You got Jim Nash.
Oh
coming in from
my
Franklin.
God.
one of my buddies in Franklin. Love Jim. Everything I've seen him in, he's fantastic.
Yes.
He is so terrifying in the show. Like,
Mhm.
just the way his character acts, he's just like he's a psycho.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he mentioned that he had played this role before,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that sort of helps play into his confidence in the role.
Yeah.
But it's also Caroline, one of the co-directors of the show, was talking about this earlier. She's got a great director's mind. She's
Oh my-
great to talk to.
Oh,
Yeah.
And she was sort of giving us a bit more context into the dynamics of the relationship. And she was like, Harold is the only one who can talk like this and have this confidence in the room
Mm.
because he's the one who's most sure of who he is and he doesn't hide it at all.
Yeah.
And he kills it. He's so good in that role. He brings that wit and that harshness that none of the other characters really have up until that point, other than Michael, really.
yeah.
And he just sort of sets the stage for Act 2 and gets us all going.
Mhm.
Mm. And then there is also Michael
Jeffries.
Jeffries, yes, and he just stepped in 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Oh,
Him and I have to give another round of applause to Zach Moda.
Yeah,
oh,
Zach-
Yes.
I mean, because Zach was playing Cowboy.
Yes,
Mhm.
he was playing the quote unquote smallest role.
It
in
is
the
the
show.
smallest role in the show, yeah. And
Um,
he stepped into Donald.
Donald, who is on an island with Michael all alone for the first 15 minutes
Yeah.
of the show,
Mm.
Yeah.
and he is juggling a lot of stuff right now. So the fact that he was able to do this and do it so well in such a short amount of time, I give huge credit to him because without him doing that, I'm not sure what would have happened.
I follow along in the script for the first 15 minutes as not the self-appointed, as the Matt Fuchs appointed. Matt told me I'm the one that's in charge of making sure we know when we go on stage. So I'm following along in the script, and he's on it.
Yeah.
He's almost a word perfect.
Yeah.
And he had 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's so good. Are we missing anyone else?
No, Michael was the last one, right?
I think you got it.
Who's now playing Cowboy?
Yeah.
New
Michael
Cowboy?
Jeffries is playing Cowboy, and he's easily the most comedic relief character of the show.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
even though he knows what that is, he's embracing it, and he's hysterical.
Yeah. Yeah. Those little booty shorts.
I remember the first time he wore that costume out, and my laugh was for real that night when he entered the party. I could not. I was so surprised.
I had to apologize to him after the first rehearsal because he comes on and I am so mean to him.
We're all
Yeah.
kind of mean to him.
Yeah.
I started out and I'm mean for no reason. Like, nothing.
Well, I kind of mentioned this to you this morning, Zach, but Ryan texted me after he saw it, and he was just listing every single person in it with a very positive adjective afterwards, and he was running out of adjectives
Yeah.
because I've never heard him so excited about a full cast before.
Yeah. Like the ensemble is just, it's incredible.
I cannot wait to see this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm coming next weekend.
Oh my gosh,
Yes,
yay.
hooray!
I will be there with you for a second time. Really enjoyed it. So some gay activists actually initially criticized the show for internalizing homophobia and self-loathing, while some others praised its visibility and authenticity, which is interesting. So at the time, it was illegal in most U.S. states to serve alcohol to gay people or for them to gather publicly. That's 1969.
Yeah.
That's not long ago.
No. Well, that was the other thing. Caroline was sort of the co-director. So with Michael and Caroline, they both together make up a really interesting rehearsal process because Michael's the more technical, like, this is where the scene is going. This is where I want you to be. This is what the business is.
They're nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
They'll put them together.
And Caroline is the sort of character-based director of this is where you were, this is where you're going, this is the mindset that all of you are in, and this is the history. She's very big on the historical context of everything going on.
Yeah.
And she was one of the main defenders of, like, this is one of the only places you can feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, that's why so many characters are such polar opposites of probably who they are 90% of the time in this space.
Yeah.
And it's sort of helped us give that context to it where, yeah, not every gay person acts like Emery all the time.
Right.
And that's, yeah, the dynamic that Hank and Larry have, I think especially, goes so much counter-cultural to the stereotypical, like, gay relationship. And it's been fun to explore that with the, I guess, freedom we have now, because back then people didn't have that freedom to explore that. And that probably would have made the productions of this show very interesting to see back then.
Yeah.
It would have just been so different to theatrical experiences at the time.
Yeah.
That's very interesting to me that was the critique. I mean, not back then, but now. I mean, I am in my I'm 31 and openly gay myself, and a lot of what these characters go through is so real.
Yeah.
Like, it feels so real and based in, oh, I remember that point in the acceptance of who I am and what I do. I remember being there.
Yeah.
So it's just odd to think that was a critique of it.
Yeah.
But I can see why also.
Yeah.
Well, Mart Crowley said, quote, "I was not an activist then or now. I didn't know what hit me. I just wrote the truth."
Yeah.
He wasn't about, like, preaching Like that wasn't his thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Like,
that's a takeaway you would
that's-
get from the script.
No.
Like he was.
Where?
Like they're normal people, and normal people
Yeah.
have good sides and bad sides and
That's
flaws.
the whole thing. Like
Yeah.
it should be about just normalizing them as people.
Yeah,
It should never
that's
be
exactly
about like making them this fake portrayal of what
Mm-mm.
they are.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, so many people critique even modern stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're like, this person is too awful. This person, like, why are we praising this?
Right.
Let them be awful. Everyone's awful,
Yeah.
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 and everyone has many different sides to them. I just hate when people lean into trying to, how do I say this? Create the vision of what they want to see in a person rather than just letting them be them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, and just using stereotypes and stuff like that just because that's what they think gay people should be, you know. So let's talk a little about the Stonewall riots, because that's a huge deal at this time, like when the show came out. So LGBTQ plus individuals were frequently targeted by police raids and arrests at that time. Stonewall Inn was mafia run and not exactly safe or glamorous, but it was one of the few places where queer people, especially trans women, drag queens, lesbians, and homeless youth could gather. So a routine police raid escalated when patrons and bystanders fought back. And as police tried to arrest employees and patrons, a crowd gathered outside, shouting, throwing coins and bottles, and refusing to disperse. And then riots continued over the next 6 days with thousands participating. And it's widely considered the birth of the modern LGBTQ plus rights movement. And it inspired the formation of key organizations like Gay Libertarian Front and Gay Activist Alliance. The first Christopher Street Liberation Day March, now known as New York City Pride, took place 1 year later in 1970. And Pride parades now around the world commemorate this each June. So that's, like, it's crazy that was
Not very long ago.
that's not long ago.
Mm-mm.
And I
No.
just wonder how much longer that would have taken if this show hadn't come out right around
Right.
then. Like, how much influence did this have?
Yeah.
Especially because it was all in New York.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so this was written in the late 60s.
Yeah. Came out 68.
So the play came out 68, and the rioting all started in 69.
69.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
That isn't
Yeah.
yeah. I wonder if there's any, I mean, if the writer himself isn't very big into activism, I wonder how that sort of spark started then. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
People who were writing about this at the time were just talking about what they were hearing around them, just the audience's responses and how they were like, oh, now I get it. I mean, obviously there were still hateful people in the world, but there
Mhm.
were just more people they were hearing to be like, oh man, I've been very wrong to
Mhm.
feel how I was feeling.
Mhm.
And it definitely started changing people's opinions on the gay community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, before we get into fun facts with Brenna, I'm just going to talk a little bit about some of the adaptations. The original film adaptation was directed by William Friedkin, who directed The Exorcist.
Oh,
Very
two different kinds of haunting.
Very, very different.
in
Yeah.
the watcher experience.
Yeah, and it featured the same cast as the off-Broadway production. Mart Crowley later wrote a sequel, The Men from the Boys, in
Mhm.
2002.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Jim was talking about this because like the main point of that show is how Larry is dying, and how all the characters from the cast are coming to meet and give him like his last moments. But Larry, even in his death, is like fooling around with 3 people. Like the hospital attendant and and Hank shows up and he's also dating someone new. Like
Yeah.
it's hysterical.
Jeez. And then there's a 2018 Broadway revival. So that was the first time it was on Broadway. It was directed by Joe Mantello, featured an all openly gay cast of prominent actors, including Jim Parsons, Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory as Michael, played by Patrick Vahey at PACA, Andrew Reynolds as Larry, and Robin DeJesus as Emery.
Mm-hmm.
And it won a Tony Award for Best Revival of a Play. and then that same cast revived the 2020 Netflix film adaptation produced by Ryan Murphy. So it's cool that both movies have the same cast from the Broadway shows. Like that's really cool.
A weird fact: when we have our scripts for the show, they're monster books because they have not only the original version of the script, but they also have the adapted, updated version in our scripts.
Mm-hmm.
So we were able to see what those differences, things that they took out were, which wasn't a whole lot.
No, not very much.
It was the cultural references, some of the more outdated ones were kind of plucked, but most of it, the heart's all there. The connivingness of it all is all there.
Yeah.
So are theaters invited to choose whichever version they want to do?
Yeah, they're just both included, and they're both. You could just pick one.
And Michael Weiss is the director.
Yes.
And he picked the original, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
So I'm gonna watch the one on Netflix
It's
probably
really
today.
good.
Yeah,
It's really good.
both. They're both different. But the original film and the new revised version, they both have I mean, it's the same core material, but the energy you can tell is very different. But yeah, they're both very helpful to watch, to sort of get into the headspace of the characters for sure.
Yeah. So I think it's time for Fun Facts with Brenna.
Okay, we hit a lot of things. An expansion on the opening. It did run for 1,002 performances, which is 2 years of run. That's a good run for something like that.
Yeah.
In its time. And I have some cool history stuff about Mart Crowley and his friends, specifically his best friend, who inspired the character of Harold.
Yeah.
So Michael is based on Mart Crowley, mainish character, who Patrick plays. And then Harold is based on Howard Jeffrey, who is a choreographer.
Okay.
And he had a very supportive showbiz mom, and he was studying at a really big dance school when he was younger. But he went on to be invited to the American Ballet Academy, and then he became an assistant on West Side Story, the film, and initially was working with the audition process and helping teach people choreography, but then became Natalie Wood's pretty much a dance assistant and helped her nail all the choreography for all the shots. And the three of them, Crowley and Jeffrey and Natalie Wood, became this best friend group at that time because Mart Crowley was Natalie Wood's assistant.
Okay.
So the three of them were just best buds. And Jeffrey and Crowley were responsible for Natalie Wood's funeral arrangements and the preparation of her body for death.
Wow.
Because they were that close.
Wow.
I don't know. Wow.
I don't know how. It seems like a family thing to prepare the body for bed. I don't know much about Natalie Wood's family. I do know her death was unexpected. She was younger.
Yeah.
So Mart Crowley began writing Boys in the Band when he was a secretary or assistant with Natalie Wood, and she financially supported him because she was. What did she say? She was sympathetic of the Hollywood's gay scene, in quotes. So I guess she was just really, really supportive of that community in Hollywood. She was a gay stan. Yeah. So I just thought that friendship was really, really cool. I do know that some other characters in the show were based on real people as well, but I didn't really dive into that too much.
Yeah.
And what is that line Michael says about Hollywood? Moved out to California, and then it was Hollywood, but Hollywood has nothing to do with California.
Yes.
You can hear the realness of that sentiment, and it's just like it's a totally. Back then, it was a completely different place. Now, who knows? But
Zach also has a fun fact
to
share.
I do. Probably from where you got all your fun facts, because I feel like I've read those ones too.
Fun facts with Zach.
No, don't do that. It's fun fact.
Fun fact with Zach.
Thank you. The title, Boys in the Band, I was like, where did it come from? Because, one, no boys, all over the age of 18
Very
men.
true.
Two, no band, no music. We dance a little bit, but there's no band. There's no guitars. So where did the title come from? It came from A Star Is Born. There was one line in The Star Is Born, and I don't have it directly quoted. I don't know if somebody does. I don't.
Oh, I did read it.
It was Bette Midler, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Judy Garland.
Oh,
Judy
yeah,
Garland.
no.
Judy Garland.
Yeah.
Brenna's looking it up.
I might still have it pulled up. Let me see. No, I have a different site. Hang on.
It's all right though, because the show brings up Bette Midler
17,000
constantly.
Right.
Really?
We have a giant poster.
We
of
have
her
a
in
giant
the living
poster.
room.
You do. That's why I said that. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael is doing an impression of her and quoting her
Yeah.
many
lot,
times
a
throughout
lot.
the show.
Yeah.
So it's an understandable, like, Bette Midler's on the brain with
Yeah.
this show.
I got Bet on the brain.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Yeah.
You're singing for yourself and the boys in the band.
Mm-hmm.
That was the line.
I
Wow.
like it. I like that.
Wow.
I
I
like
read
that.
that and didn't let it sink in.
Yeah.
It's sinking now. I see it.
It's sinking.
Yeah.
It's sinking.
It's sinking right in.
Look at Zach's face.
Yeah. It's like lotion.
Oh God, no!
It's just sinking in.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Just
anymore.
another notch in how A Star Is Born has influenced culture in a million ways.
Yeah, right,
All
right.
7 different versions of that story.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I only saw one of them. I didn't know there were that many. I
No,
was really
there-
late to the party.
There
everyone.
are at least 3 film versions.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
There's too many. Too many.
There could never be too many. What are you talking about?
Before we get into our Warner Books coffee break, we're going to do Ryan Reads Reddit.
All
Oh,
right.
All
Oh
right.
boy.
This is the one that really needs a theme song.
Yeah, we need another theme.
I feel like we can't do the same do 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 do. I mean,
No,
we can't.
Well, I mean, I stole that one from Community.
Oh, that makes
Oh.
sense.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Community is a good one.
It is.
Very true.
So this one's from 12 years ago.
Ooh. Oh my God, 12 years on Reddit? That's ancient history.
Yeah, yeah. And it is from the theater Reddit thread.
Oh, r slash. Okay.
God.
Okay.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Sorry,
subreddit.
Unfortunately I'm a
The
I'm a
theater
Reddit
subreddit.
user. I'm sorry.
Howard booked a Reddit this morning. It's fine.
Hey. Okay.
So the it says, what's the craziest backstage or onstage incident you've had happen to you during a live performance? And
Oh,
how
God.
and if at all did it affect the show?
Oh.
So that goat 1021 responded with, and now I'm gonna warn you now, there again for Reddit, you guys, you know, Howard, that
Mhm.
nobody uses punctuation.
Nope.
And everyone is just really stupid.
Are you reading it as written then? Is that what you're doing?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Take a breath.
take a breath. Yeah, it's really hard to read these sometimes. The theater I work at did a summer production of college and high school students of Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, God.
Great start.
It was really good.
Oh.
Everything was going good
Oh.
until our last performance. When the time comes for the body to come swinging down from the flies,
Oh.
the person that was up there dropped it too soon. And on top, one word, on top of that, the head popped off, so the body dropped to the floor. The rope just kind of hung there, and everybody ran of screaming like they were supposed to, but they were all laughing too.
What
So-
an effect that would have on the performance.
I
know,
Wow.
I know.
I-
So the head
So
just
did
popped
it
off.
affect the show?
Yeah, I would say so.
More of a trauma response than that, too. I guess.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Huh.
So the next summer, we did Sweeney Todd with some of the same cast members and the same body we used in Phantom. when the guy that throws Sweeney's body into the grave, which I don't remember ever happening.
Grave.
What?
Yeah.
What
The
is that?
grave.
This guy doesn't remember the show. He's
Yeah.
saying the wrong thing.
Are they short?
He picked up the sack of awesomeness
Oh God!
and walked out onto the stage. One of the ropes came loose and it completely fell apart. So all the body parts just fell to the floor.
Oh.
So Sweeney Todd's body just went.
Yeah.
We all laughed
as they do.
backstage, and the actor just kind of kicked everything down the hole. The director was pissed because he that was the first thing that happens in the
Howard, I
show.
don't know if it's through your
The
head.
first thing that happens in the show
Yeah.
is they bury Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, I don't understand
wasn't-
what production of Sweeney Todd they were doing.
At the end of the opening number, he comes up and sings the Ballad of Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what they're talking about?
So this director took a liberty and said, "We're gonna do this edgy thing."
Yeah, we're
where
gonna
He's
bury
gonna
where
be
he gets
dead.
buried, and then he and
Okay.
But
I
he's
don't
just like a mannequin. So where's the actual Sweeney Todd?
Yeah,
Is
he's
it-
just-
he's just
saying-
waiting.
Wait a
He's
second.
waiting in the hole to get out. I think the funniest thing about this story is the person writing it.
I agree.
That's very okay.
And the sack of awesomeness.
Sack of
He's
Awesomeness.
referring to the body.
Yeah, as a sack of awesomeness.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Ugh.
What's the craziest thing that ever happened to you guys?
I knew you were
Oh.
going to ask. I'm ready.
Yeah, you go
I was
ahead.
preparing for this. This was actually the first show I ever did with Howard. It is called Crumple Zone. We were also playing gay men in that show.
Yeah, very similar niche theater spaces about just like shows that show real gay men living their lives.
Yeah, except I think I was the Michael in
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah.
And I got to say Papufata in a show, which was really fun.
Papufata.
It was great.
I'm gonna use that in everyday language now.
You should. There were actually multiple stories of this. For some reason, me and food on stage does not go well. Ryan got to watch this last night in real person. For some reason, people let me eat food and drink on stage, and I tell them it's probably not a good idea because I'm very clumsy. During Crumple Zone, I choked on a piece of fucking popcorn. And then the next night, I thought I was fine. The next night, I choked on water.
Yep.
Did it affect the show? Sure did. It sounded like I was drowning.
Yeah. It sounded like Zach was truly fighting with himself to get the words out.
I was.
And
I
um,
was.
I felt so bad because like that show was all you talking the
Mhm.
whole time.
Mhm. Ryan Bowersock just got to sit there and watch.
As he made his little popcorn garland
Oh.
or whatever it was. Yeah, I don't have a story. I mean, I have a
There's another
few.
Crumple Zone
I have a
story.
few from my college days. I'll tell the one that I feel like will get me in the least amount of trouble.
All right.
So we did a production of The Other Shore, which is an Eastern play. It's not one typically done by like schools, especially without the right people there to give you the context of what the show is about
I feel
and
like
why
my
it is
college did
important.
this.
It's a very good show, but you like there were some clubs and groups on campus that were like, "Hey, like why are you doing this show?" And we were all just like, "We don't know. We probably shouldn't be. This is really awkward." But the reason we did
That's
it
how I felt every time I did Cats.
the reason we did it is because they brought the interim director for the program where I went to college.
Okay.
She brought this professor, or I guess former acting person from Yale, and we were all like, "Oh my gosh, this guy's going to be so good." And he was a pain in the ass. Because basically what happened is he came in and he treated the rehearsal process like it was this weird like army boot camp thing where we would start rehearsals with like an intense workout. And like I was a sophomore at the time. I was just a kid. Just a young kid. So and like I bought into it. I was like, this is really cool. This is awesome. And it took me longer than I would have liked to admit to figure out that like, hey man, not everyone can do this. This is the most inaccessible thing of all time. It was awful, and I felt so bad for buying into it as quickly as I did. But it was this really ultra competitive thing where he was trying to like pit everyone against each other. And when we were like we did this thing where we were basically rehearsing like this dance move, and we were all being very supportive of each other and like trying to build everyone up. And he was like, "Hey guys, this is cute, but like stop that." He was a really toxic guy.
Can you still
You mean
do
like
the dance?
stop the positivity?
Basically, he was like, "The positivity will come later. Like this we're doing the work now."
Oh
Like
my
he was a
God.
very serious guy. And he
Wait,
didn't
Can you still do the dance move?
No, like it was
Damn
very
it.
it was like interpretive dance kind of stuff. So no, I can't do it anymore. Not without
Damn.
the words.
I've probably seen it in Children.
Oh, yes,
Lord.
you did.
That's a whole different kind of interpretive dance. But the crux of the reason it affected the show is because he never cast anybody.
Oh.
Like he was doing the whole like there were an odd number of shows, and he was going to double cast people, and whoever he deemed better was going to get to do the 2 performances instead of the 1. It was awful. But then he left like a quarter of the way through for what he said were like mental health reasons.
Yeah.
No, he got like a real gig in like California and just like bailed.
It's probably all for the best. It
Yeah.
sounds.
No, he was awful. And none of us were sad that he left because he was a piece of work.
Yeah.
But I've said since that day, if you have gone to Yale, we have beef. I have beef with Yale theater graduates.
Beef with Yale.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
not
People
not,
from Yale are gonna spam Howard's inbox now.
not,
Go
not
ahead.
as fun as a sack of awesomeness just like falling apart on stage, but that's probably the craziest one because it was just like woof.
I'd say that's like traumatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost died, but like that's traumatic.
No,
Yeah.
Oh
not
my God.
and not the only show from my college learning experience that was like that.
Yeah.
I got really unlucky.
Yeah, that sounds messy.
Oh yeah, it was.
Brenna?
I got nothing. I mean, other than small costume malfunctions and like tech malfunctions, I can't really think of anything that's gone horribly
No.
wrong. But I haven't done enough theater probably. So.
Okay.
It'll happen.
I have one.
That's-
Ooh.
Opening night of Cats at the Erie Playhouse.
Oh, I was gonna ask which one, so I'm glad you clarified.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know this story.
About 3 minutes into the 9-minute second act opening number,
Oh, I think I know this.
It's okay.
the Jellicle Ball,
Mhm.
Ryan Heiss, who played Mungo Jerry, he was great. He did a back roll over one of the other characters,
Mm.
and he landed it wrong and snapped his leg in half. Right in the middle of the song, starts screaming, and like the audience thought it was part of the show. Somebody, like, people came out and like carried him off the stage,
And the audience is
And-
like, yay!
and everyone's kind of like dancing around because the orchestra is still playing, and we're like, we're gonna just walk off. And we just all walked off the stage, and then the curtains closed.
Was the orchestra still playing?
No,
When
they eventually stopped.
Okay.
They eventually realized what was happening. And then about 20 minutes went by. I felt so bad for Ryan. He had to go to the hospital in an ambulance in full cat makeup and a unitard. And it was I felt so terrible for him. He came back out though. He was a champ. One of the girls in the ensemble did all the dancing for Mungo Jerry, and he came out on crutches and sang the song.
Wow.
By the time I saw that show, by the time I saw it, that's what I saw. Was him sitting on the edge of the stage, hobbling out in his crutches, and then the girl did the dancing. I
Yeah.
think by that point though, they had come out and did like a pre-show announcement that like, hey, one of our actors broke his leg, so someone else could do dancing, but he's gonna sing the role.
So
Yeah.
he did a back roll?
Yeah, so he rolled over somebody else's back, like with his back.
Oh, and he just landed He planted wrong, and
Yeah.
his leg went the wrong way.
Yeah.
And people
Oh.
asked me if I was auditioning for Cats. Are you kidding me?
It's so sad that happened opening night. Like
Opening
he
night.
works
Yeah.
all these weeks
I
to do
know.
the shows, and then opening night that happens.
But the funny thing is, he took it like a champ. Closing night, he came out for curtain call with a cone of shame on. My
Whoa.
idea.
Of course.
As it would be.
You know, can't lick the wound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So that was fun. That was a fun, different take on Ryan Reed Reddit. So we're gonna take a Warner Books coffee break. Our wonderful sponsors at Warner Books. They have some comedy coming up too.
Yes, a guy who works for Jimmy Kimmel, and I forget his name, but I know he works for Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, one of the Jimmys.
Fallon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And has his own stand-up. So.
So that's awesome. We'll talk about that. And we're going to do our What's on 814 when we get back. So everybody go to Warner Books and listen to our podcast at Warner Books.
If you're not already right now listening.
Yeah, well, you're... yeah. We have other episodes you can listen to. When you're done, just go back to the last one. All right. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to everybody. Welcome back, everybody, to Spotlight 814. We just did our Warner Books coffee break. I'm real tired, guys.
It's been a long week.
Yeah.
So I am in the studio with Brenna Thumler, as usual, and with Zach Hoffman
Hi.
and Howard Lang
Hello, everyone.
from Boys in the Band at PACA. Yeah. So
Boys band. Is that right?
I don't know.
Oh.
it is now.
I don't know if I can commit to that, Howard.
It is
Oh my
now.
gosh. I don't know if we could get everyone in the cast to commit to singing anything.
Oh.
Yeah. So much singing already going on. So many
Yeah.
lines
All of
about
it.
singers.
All of it.
There's a lot. There's a lot. And there's no band.
No band.
Yeah. What in the false advertising is this?
Yeah.
It's Judy Garland's fault.
All right. So, Brenna, what's on 814?
Okay, basically everything's the same, but we're gonna read it anyway. The Academy producers final weekend. So basically, by the time you hear this, you won't be able to see it. So if you're seeing this now, you have tonight and tomorrow to see the producers.
Go
of the
see
Academy.
Brenna.
She's great. That wasn't as enthusiastic as I thought it was going to be. I'm sorry.
She's
great.
so fine. She's so mediocre.
She's great.
MCT, 5 lesbians eating a quiche, May 9th through the 18th. Playhouse, Phantom Tollbooth Jr., also May 9th through the 18th. Also for the Playhouse, congrats to the cast of Cats.
Cats.
That was just
Congrats,
posted.
everyone.
Okay.
Not
PACA.
the same production that I was in.
No one break their leg.
Please.
PACA. We've been talking with Howard and Zach about Boys in the Band, which is running through May 17th. I'm so excited. I'm going this coming weekend. Go as well, please, because I've heard nothing but great things, and the cast is amazing. 6 is going to... Okay, actually, I have a question. 6 was supposed to be going May 16th through the 25th. But now Boys in the Band was pushed. Was 6 also pushed?
No, I think... Well, I don't know if I want to be quoted on this one. I believe they might be doing an alternate location for 6.
They are.
Oh,
It's at one of the
okay.
high schools.
Okay.
Okay, I was like, I
gotcha.
believe I heard that. I don't want to be quoted.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think
But it's still happening.
It will be true that you could see different PACA performances over the same weekend, which is kind of interesting.
Yes.
You could leave 6 and probably still catch Act 2 of Boys in the Band.
Oh.
So,
What a
doubleheader? Is that what that's called? Sports?
Oh my gosh.
You might want to schedule them for different days.
Yeah, I would recommend it. It's a bit of a whiplash, I would think.
Yeah.
So the 16th to the 25th, that's 6. And then Original Works Weekend. 2 days. 2 days submissions are due.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that.
Oh, they sure are.
How are you submitting?
I am. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm gonna be able to polish it the new thing I'm working on up enough to submit it, or if I'm submitting something Zach is more familiar with already. So
Please.
I don't know if I want to give you something that easy though.
Oh God, Howard.
So yeah, I'm very excited. Submit your original stuff. Yes. It'll be a great experience for everyone. As someone who's worked on a couple originals festivals in the area, they're always fun to develop new work, to put your original stuff on a stage. Helps you learn a lot as someone who is a writer. You learn the most hearing your own stuff thrown out there. It's so humbling and so important. So do it. Submit stuff. It's a great experience.
Yeah. So it's the Spotlight 814 Original Works Weekend. It's at PACA June 19th and the 21st. Through the 21st. So submit a short play, one act.
Like no more than an hour. Probably 10 to 20 minutes are best because we can fit more of those in.
Yeah. And all donations for that up to $50,000 or $500,000 to PACA, and this is all year, not just including this event, are generously matched by Tom Hagen.
But don't wait for December.
Yeah, give him money.
Give money now.
Get a flex pass. You can see multiple shows throughout the season. It's just it's a great space, and they're gonna really make it a lot more accessible with the new elevator. So
yeah, and the new event space and theater on the 5th floor, which is awesome. What else, Brenna?
A couple more things about Original Works Weekend.
Yeah.
The announcement will be made May 15th for the selected shows. And obviously auditions will be happening shortly after that. So please come out on an audition. It's going to be not that time consuming because if you only are cast in a 10-minute show, that's hardly anything. Yeah. So it's also a really good way to, it can be a lot. It can, especially for Howard. For Howard Jones.
Don't get them excited. It might be easy. I don't know. You'll have to come and see for yourself.
Yeah. We're also going to need directors.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, reach out.
It's a great way to, if you haven't done it before but you're interested, now's a really, really good time to try it out. If you've been scared to get involved in a whole 3-hour production, this is a good stepping stone maybe to get there. And PACA is amazing, and original works are fun. And come support local creators.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Station Dinner Theater, Gibson & Sons, April 26th to May 10th. Barrow Civic, Spam-A-Lot, is also running until tomorrow. So
go see that tonight.
If you're listening to this, tonight, tomorrow you have it. Titusville Summer Theater is doing Addams Family this summer, June 26th through the 29th. Basement Transmissions, this is something new from last week. The Pizza Bomber is running there from, it was April 25th through May 10th. Okay, that's all the kind of like community theaters in the area. Mm-hmm. Warner Theater, Menopause the Musical 2.
Why?
Is the second one?
I heard about this on the podcast, the most recent
week,
podcast that got posted, and the reactions to that were fantastic. It was like, for who? Who is this for?
For why?
Or what, maybe what did you say? Maybe I'll understand it when I'm 50.
I will never.
It's a great joke.
It's May 13th. You have one night to see that, so
that's more than enough.
You saying that we were sorry to derail.
Are you?
We were making a joke at something about boys in the band, and for some reason, women's health came up, and I came up to Zach, and I was like, straight men, gay men, not knowing anything about women's health, and we were just like, it's just like...
Let me tell you, most women don't know anything about women's health either.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we do that?
It's bleak.
We don't.
You guys should do the handshake.
What is the handshake?
Yeah, sports or something.
Sports.
I'm so glad I got all of that on
video. This is quality content.
There's video evidence of me doing that in public now.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right, what else is on?
All right. Also, at Warner coming up, Broadway by the Bay. Ivan Rutherford from Les Mis, of Broadway fame, he is coming to sing on May 22nd, and then Ain't Too Proud, featuring music from The Temptations,
I can't
will
wait for that
be
one.
May 23rd and 24th.
I am excited about that one.
And then, of course, we have our new partnership with Playhouse Square in Cleveland. Shucked is still on. You still have time to see Shucked.
So funny.
I love Shucked.
Get your tickets now through May 11th. That's when it's there. And it will not be back in the area until next year. And it's not even listed on sites right now for local licensing. So see it while you can.
Yeah.
Hamilton will be the next thing that's showing there from June 17th through July 6th. And we did get an email about that. So it's like potential chance to see that. So
We might be there.
yeah. So Shucked and then Hamilton. Schools in the area. Mercyhurst is doing a student-directed 10-minute play fest, also only running till tomorrow. So you have tonight and tomorrow to see that. Gannon, Midsummer Night's Dream is June 15th through the 18th. Northeast is doing Nice Work If You Can Get It, also only till tomorrow, May 2nd through 4th. And Fort LaBeouf High School is doing, Northeast High School, important to say.
Yeah.
And then Fort LaBeouf High School is doing Mary Poppins May 8th through the 10th, so this next weekend.
All right.
We have some auditions. Academy, Alice in Wonderland is June 1st and 2nd. That's a junior show. And Rock of Ages is May 13th only.
Callbacks
So
on the
if you
14th.
don't go see Menopause the musical too, then you can audition for Rock of Ages.
Hard choice, I know.
Playhouse auditions for My Fair Lady, Elephant Man, and Frozen are all on June 15th and 16th. Barrow Civic is doing Footloose this summer. Auditions are going to be May 18th and 19th, but they're also hosting a dance workshop on May 3rd. Today.
Today.
Right.
Oh,
If you want to get some extra, it's not required, but if
Yeah.
you want help with your dancing before the audition, because Footloose obviously is a dance-heavy show, you can go today, probably now.
Your feet are loose.
Probably this afternoon. I think it's maybe they said 1. So run over there now. Footlights, May 24th and May 31st. There's auditions for the annual summer series for kids.
All right.
I think that's everything.
That's what's on 814.
If you're a school or anyone else where it's you didn't talk about me, where am I? Email.
We don't always know. We don't always know what's going
Yeah,
on.
there is so much
There
quality
is.
theater.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I just happened to see Brian Bowersock's post about that show in Northeast because
Yeah.
I'm not following Northeast.
Right.
So
Until now.
I just saw his post today too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So
And I hear it's a very funny show.
right.
So
We don't always catch everything. It might just be by chance.
well, it's like the high schools don't really promote outside of the high schools that much. So
So feel free to email us at info@spotlight814.com.
yeah.
Yeah.
Send us an email. And
If you have things you want us to add, and before they open, ideally, so we can talk about them before they open.
yeah, that would be helpful. So guys, give us one more pitch for Boys in the Band.
Yeah, I'll give Zach's elevator pitch again. What if a straight man showed up to a gay birthday party? What drama would ensue? This is a period piece of sorts. It's from the early 70s, and it's just about gay men and their relationships with themselves and each other, and what that looks like, and how it feels to explore that. So. It's just a great time. It's very heartfelt. It's very real.
Come laugh and cry. I got
Yes.
that review. Somebody did that in one night. If you want to do both of those things at the same time.
Yeah.
Come see it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's a fantastic show. I was there last night. Written review will come out this week. And thank you guys for being here.
Thank
yeah,
you
of course. Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a blast. And thank you, Brenna.
Yes, always wonderful to have a Bad Boy reunion.
Yeah.
Hi.
It brings me so much joy.
Gertie.
Gertie.
She's not here. I don't know what.
No, she's getting fixed up.
Oh, good. She needed a
Her
little help.
jaw was falling off.
Oh, yeah, it was.
She's at my parents' house right now.
Yeah.
Tell
she's
her I
being
said hi.
babysat. I'll miss her.
I already do.
Oh, Gertie.
Oh.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Oh, Lord. You killed my Gertie.
It lives on.
Oh
The
my
real,
god.
the real Gertie was the friends we made along the way.
It's true.
So
Very
heartfelt,
true.
Howard.
Yeah.
Are you saying that all our friends died?
Huh?
Oh, God.
No? They live on, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
all
That
right.
means
Live on.
I ate them.
Oh.
And on that note, we're gonna go.
Bye. Go
Bye,
see local
everybody.
theater.
Do it all.
Yes, yes. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye bye.